You're jacked in, and I'm jacked in with this beautiful cord that I just figured out how to use. And the JBs are B. That stands for the Joss Boys are back. And we are here for another 2 episodes of season 5 of Angel. Uh, we got what is it this week? Unleashed werewolves. We haven't seen werewolves in a while in the Buffyverse, not since Oz. And how about you got Hellbound? That was a crazy episode. You know, it was crazy. Also, I just rewatched Just Shoot Me for the first time since it aired, and the dude who plays like the guy in that episode, Pavane, he ends up with the Wendy Malick character at the end of Just Shoot Me. All right, so that's very important news. I've got Logan over here. I'm Daniel. Logan, how's Angel treating you this week?
Pretty well. I think I like the first episode more than the second one.
Me too. Not a big fan of that second one. And to be honest, I feel that way next week as well. The first one's better than the second.
That was
Sort
same
of.
last week too. Three
Yeah,
weeks in
yeah.
a row where
Season
part
five
one
of
better,
Angel is just like the Star Trek film franchise.
but
The odd numbered
reversed.
ones are no. Oh, you're
Yeah,
right. It is reversed. It is reversed.
one,
And
three, and five so far have been good. Well,
but then the week after next week, I feel is when the season really starts to kick into high gear.
I'm liking it so far. I gotta be
Okay,
honest.
good. We're doing it.
No, 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 no. Your boy this week, Holden
Oh, Knox.
Knox, none of Knox. That
We
was
got a
fun.
reference. Wesley jealously brought him up once.
Yeah, you think you can trust him? Them.
Right, right.
No harmony.
Oh yeah,
I didn't like that very much.
we'll see her again.
Joss was like, "We're not leaving the room this week, baby. You're not
No,
going to shoot."
Whedon was probably just not on set as much.
Oh shit! I noticed one of the episodes was like an all women episode. Two women writers. Is Marita a woman?
Yeah, and they've teamed up before. The two women writers, Elizabeth Craft and Sarah Fain, they've been writing for the show since the beginning of season 4. They wrote Supersymmetry last year. They wrote Soulless, which is the one where like Angelus is just like in the cage the whole time, which I fucking love.
Mhm.
They're really good
What's the
writers.
one before it where it ends with him laughing?
Awakening.
That is like even better. I think
Well, that moment
that
is,
moment. Yeah,
but yeah, but they've had Marita Grabiak direct their episodes before, so this is apparently a teaming they like.
very cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kraft and Fane, I wonder what they're doing these days.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, I don't really know. I remember after Angel ended, they were writing for the show Reaper that I used to watch. That was really good.
He's important in these episodes. The Reaper. It's
I
that second
guess
one, Hellbound.
I guess you're right. Good
I'm
job.
looking up Fane.
Oh, really? Because I was looking up Craft.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're doing the same thing, right? They did Fantasy Island. Oh, they were producers on that. As writers, they wrote Fantasy Island a couple years ago. Remember that?
Oh yeah, they created that. All right, so they've been like developing their own shit. They
The
did the Fantasy
Fix,
Island remake and the Fix, which was like a lawyer show, I'm pretty sure, or like a fixer, maybe.
To the 100s,
Well, yeah, that's them just on staff.
To the Families, to 666 Park Avenues, to the Vampire Diaries,
Oh, they wrote for
Four Lie to Me's,
They wrote for Dollhouse.
two of those, Six the Shields.
Oh, they created Women's Murder Club. I remember that show.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
There's this new show out called Gross Point Garden Society, and
Hmm.
and it makes me think of Women's Murder Club,
Okay.
like the titles, just
Makes you
like
think of Gross Point Blank.
well, we don't need to keep putting the word gross with an e in
Yeah, I don't
titles
know
of
what that
stuff.
is. What is
All
that?
right, I don't really know. Logan,
Hmm.
shall we start?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So this is the one you were talking about. It's Kraft and Finn and Graviac. Unleashed is the title of this one. It aired October
Such a
5th.
fun idea, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
when it was revealed like what was going on this episode. I was like, oh
Well,
hell yeah, that's cool.
in the comments, I saw that Laura said she wonders if I got my whole belief that rich people get together and eat people
Yeah,
from this episode, and she might be right.
yeah. This
This
was
might have planted that in my head.
yeah, pretty Daniel coded this
Yeah,
episode.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also some pretty good nips. Um,
Yeah, I literally wrote a note. Uh, whoever they, I wrote it's Nina's nipples visible whole up.
yep, I remember that. I remember watching this the first time, going like, good job, boys."
Fucking crazy.
Uh, but I mean, it's an all lady episode, so you can't really blame the
And we
boys.
had like Fred in the shower, or was that the next episode?
That's the next one. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so let's see what happened. October 15th, the number one movie in America, Kill Bill, Volume One.
Wow.
Yeah. School of Rock retained at number two. Number three,
Did you do that thing where you're like, I'm waiting for Kill Bill Volume 2 and I'm gonna binge them both?
hell no. I
That's what
was
you do
so
today, though,
fucking
right?
excited. Probably, yeah. But I was so excited about those movies. Kill Bill Volume One. I think
Well,
I
it had been
saw.
years since his last movie, right?
Yeah. Jackie Brown.
6 years ago. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So this was the first Tarantino movie I saw in theaters.
Yeah,
And then Volume Two, I cut school. I was so excited about it.
that's very
I
fun.
left school halfway through the day and went to go see Kill Bill 2.
That's awesome.
Um,
Your
fucking,
parents ever find out?
I told them I was gonna do it.
Oh wow,
I
you
was
were
a
a good kid.
I was a senior in high school,
Oh,
and
okay.
so it was like it didn't really matter. I was like,
You, I don't think they
I'm
would have ever
graduating in a
found
month.
out.
I'm going to see Kill Bill 2.
Because usually your
Yeah,
attendance, they only care about like if you're there for the first few periods of the day.
true.
After that, they won't really call your parents. I don't think. Maybe we have a teacher that says otherwise.
Yeah, some asshole.
Tim, maybe. Tim knows.
Timmy. Number three, Good Boy. I think that was a dog movie.
Okay.
Number four, Intolerable Cruelty, which I also saw in theaters. So I went to the movies twice that weekend,
You could have gone a different week.
maybe. And House of the Dead also came out. Mystic River also came out, but in
Whoa.
only a couple theaters. Um,
Is that my daughter in there? That's my impression of Sean
good
Penn
job. Good
in that
job.
movie.
We got a couple of wrestling deaths
Oh
this week.
shit.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Stu Hart died.
That's awful.
Yeah. I mean, he outlived Owen, so that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, pretty bad.
Hawk of the Road Warriors
Wow.
passed away. LOD.
We just met Lieutenant Hawk on Star Trek. Lieutenant something Hawk.
Oh yeah. Is that the Neil McDonough character?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it. Talk to me about Unleashed.
All right. Talk to me. Remember that movie with like the hand,
Yeah.
the horror film?
Mm-hmm. Remember
they're
Talk
making-
to Her? I think that was like an Almodovar film.
Yeah. I think they're doing Talk to Me.
Oh, clever.
It'll be out this year. We're doing a fun picnic. We're like
yeah.
hiding away from Wolfram and Hart, doing a little picnic where they can't hear us. We're like testing our clothes, like we don't have wires anywhere or whatever.
Are they under the Hollywood sign?
I had no idea where they were.
Like there's these white structures all around them. I think they might be under the Hollywood sign.
That's very cool directing if that's what they're going for. Like we'll
Yeah.
put these white structures above you and people, it'll be the Hollywood sign. That's kind of clever if that's true. But we see this woman get bit. Her name is Nina, which we find out later on.
Yeah.
Angel's too late, can't get there in time. She gets scratched, I believe, like on the back of her arms. Because I had questions: is she gonna wear long sleeves forever with her family? She decides not to tell them. They're very visible throughout the entire episode.
Pretty weird not to just tell them.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't say like I'm a werewolf now, like say I got attacked by a wolf last night.
Yeah, and weird things are happening. Maybe
Yeah.
let them know. I mean, I would just tell them the whole thing.
This actress's name is Jenny Mollen.
Okay.
She was sort of a thing around this time. She doesn't really act anymore, but she still does a lot of shit. So she auditioned for the role of Eve in the premiere,
Said, I'm not
and
giving you a blowjob though.
pretty much, but they liked her, so they brought her back. And fucking, these days she's married to Jason Biggs.
Whoa, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. They're a great husband and wife team.
Allison Hannigan knows a lot about Jason Biggs.
That's true.
I wonder if her and
I
Wesley ever
wonder if
talked
Allison
about.
Hannigan introduced Jenny Molin to
That's a
Jason
weird
Biggs.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah. She
She's a red according to her IMDb.
yeah, she's
So
a red these days. She doesn't really act anymore, but she does a lot of hosting and stuff.
that's cool.
She hosts you know how they have like dinner and a movie on like TBS or something?
Like she'll
Where it's
come on like during the commercials.
yeah, she'll come on and be like that part was fucking wild.
Yeah, I do
It's
know that. I do know
it's
that.
her and Jason Biggs. They do that now together.
I used
Um
to know somebody that did that. Sasha something.
oh,
She used to
Sasha
be on like
Grey?
a no. She used to be on like a YouTube thing I used to watch.
Okay.
On like
Uh,
she used to do FX's version.
Jenny Mullen also, I don't know if she does anymore. I don't think she does, but for a while was hosting the official Bachelorette after show podcast.
Wow.
Yeah. And so she's shown up on The Bachelor a few times
Holy
for
shit.
different like competitions and stuff.
I remember when they had a podcast. I didn't know that was her. I thought
Yeah.
Caitlin Bristow, did she
I
have a not or bachelor related podcast or did she?
I think she had a non-bachelor related podcast, and they made that podcast the official Bachelor
Okay.
podcast. Like Jenny Molin was doing it, and I think ever since Jenny Molin, it's always been a Bachelor or
Yeah.
Bachelorette. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Um. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Shout out
Yo,
to
I
her.
saw I saw Gabby in a commercial last night.
Who's got from Traders and Bachelor?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't remember what for?
No, but I was excited for her. I was like, get your bag, girl.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All
Wow.
right. Logan,
Yeah.
keep going with the episode. Sorry, I interrupted about Jenny Molin. I had a lot of
That's all
Jenny
right.
Molin facts for you.
Yeah, very cool. We Spike makes up a history with Wesley.
Oh
It
yeah,
was a young watcher out of the academy.
it was
We
pretty
fought.
funny.
We
I
called
bought
him
it at
out.
first. I was like, I didn't remember this.
Yeah, I think I did too. I was like, oh, we're getting some history.
Yeah.
Then we call him out. He's lying. We see Nina at home. I have a question. What's this relationship with her family like? Is this her? Because it's her mom and her niece.
I don't believe it's her mom.
What is going on?
I believe it's her older sister.
Older sister and her
Yeah.
niece. Okay,
I think
so
she lives with her older sister and her older sister's daughter,
okay, I could not put anything together
who's
because
played by a young Jewish actress, even though neither of them are remotely Jewish.
interesting. The
Yeah.
mom or the she looked like a mom, I thought. So maybe that's it. Not that she looked old or anything. Anyway, but she like freaks. She sees the meat cooking and she's like zoning out, looking at the meat or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought a little whatever here where she like runs a red light, so we have her name and her information and where she lives and everything. That was pretty sudden, but whatever. We should have seen her like in the car, like start to like turn into a werewolf and be like and drive through the red light. That would have been a cool scene. But I thought the effect looked really cool though. Honestly, the
The
werewolf,
werewolf effect.
her
They
turning and at the end,
they
all
really
very awesome.
changed it. They specifically say that this is a different breed of werewolf than we've seen on the show in the past, and I honestly think it's because they were just never happy with the werewolf design, and they wanted to make it so different that they had to explain it away.
I remember liking the werewolf in the past. That's probably one of their better things they've ever done. It's always just a person in a costume, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember the one where Oz, it's like him and Willow like in a living room, and then he like jumps up from like behind the couch or something. That was like one of my favorite shots of the werewolf, probably.
Apparently, they thought that the werewolf in previous seasons looked like a gay possum, and yeah, and it was specifically written in the script to this episode, a note to the
Gay
visual
possum.
effects people: do not make the werewolf look like a gay possum.
That's hilarious. I don't even know where to begin with that. All right, but Angel like jumps in and he drags her off the roof. I thought that was pretty cool. They go off the roof together, And then we like tranquilize her and we show her the footage. We're like, hey, you're a werewolf. She's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, that's
She wakes
horrible.
up nude. Get to see her
Nude.
get dressed.
And then we see later they cut her clothes off. We're really like treating this girl
Yeah.
pretty horrible. And we put her in. It looked like she was wearing a bra, but we could see her nipples the whole episode. My next note was Nina's nipples visible
That
whole
was a
up.
pretty sheer bra if she was wearing one.
Yeah, how are they doing that? But Spike keeps disappearing, going to
Listen,
hell.
sometimes women's nipples are just like out there, man. Remember Jennifer Aniston? It's not like she
That's
wasn't
true.
wearing bras on Friends. You could
I
just
thought
always
she
see her
wasn't.
nipples.
Was she?
She
Was she?
was.
She was.
Yeah.
But that's a good call. Hers are always just always there, visible. Uh, but Spike, what's going on? He keeps going in and out of existence to hell.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But Lauren had a line. Look, you've got the weight of the world. That was the title of an episode. I like
Good
referencing that.
job.
We take Nina home, and then like the drivers die, and then we get captured. Her and Fred do.
Yeah, it's like a military operation.
Yeah, but bad military,
Yeah.
not normal. They were like in black hooded like ski masks or whatever. And we chain her up and we cut her clothes off and spray her with a hose or whatever. Uh, we got the science guy singing Jesse's Girl. That was funny.
Yeah, that guy's a really good TV actor. He tends to get bigger roles than this.
John Billingsley.
Yeah, yeah, he shows up a lot. He's on this show called The Nine that only ran for one season. He was sort of the breakout character on that show, though, in as much as you can be a breakout character on a show that gets canceled after one season.
Freaks and Geeks.
There you go. Hey, breakout character on that.
Seth Rogen.
Probably Franco.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right.
anyway,
Or the girl, the lead.
yeah, Linda Cardellini,
Yeah, yeah.
Lindsay Bluth.
Or the little son,
Wait, it's
little
not
boy.
Lindsay Bluth. Isn't that Arrested Development? What's their
Yeah,
last name? Weir. Lindsay Weir.
yeah.
Thank you. All right, what are we talking about?
I don't know. Freaks and Geeks. The
Yeah.
Nine or whatever.
Well, whatever.
That
Yeah,
doctor.
that actor. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, he was good though.
He sings Jesse's Girl.
Did he die? What happened to him at the end?
Well,
Because it's turned out like he's bad or whatever.
yeah, he might have died because
Oh
he.
no, we leave him to be next month's.
Oh, that's right.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know if that was realistic. If they were like, all right, we got all these people together, now we're gonna postpone it for a month. I didn't know if they'd really do
Well,
that.
what
But it
else
was
are
a
they
fun
gonna
solution.
do?
Kill her. Just not listen to Angel and just kill
Oh,
Nina.
well, but Angel's got a little riz now with
No, I
his
know.
Wolfram and Hart skills or power.
Yeah, obviously it was a fun solution. I just didn't know if it was so realistic if they would really do that or not. But I really loved it. Yeah, Jesse's Girl, and then Gunn. This is where I realized no harmony when Gunn said something about Blondie Bear, called Spike
Mm.
Blondie, and I was like, oh wait, no harmony in this episode, and then not in the next episode either. So Spike, this was not on purpose though, right? Spike leads Fred to that guy's office with the vial, but then later it's revealed like I didn't even do that on purpose,
Right.
which that seemed kind of dumb because it was so perfectly set up that it had to be on purpose. But whatever. So Fred finds out he's the bad guy and like knocks him out with a lamp or something. I don't know. And we find like a menu, and this is where we learn they're gonna eat the werewolf. I thought that was just so fun. But so we break in and free Nina. It's all very fun. And then the science guy gets bit, and we're like, make a deal. Hey, use him next month. Give us Nina. And they're like, all right, whatever. I don't know if I realized, by the way, that the full moon is once a month. Is that real?
Yes.
A full moon is once a month.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
The phases of the moon. Yeah.
That's just always a rule, once a month. I thought it was like once every 3 months or something.
No. What?
Like a quarter or something. I don't know. I don't know why.
You can't always see it, which is why you might think that because of like pollution and weather.
But if there's a
and
full
stuff.
moon and no one can see it, did it like if there's a tree that falls in the woods but nobody sees it, did it really happen?
Yeah.
You can still be a werewolf even if the moon's not visible.
Right.
It just has to be full.
I mean, in
somewhere out there.
Buffy, the werewolf thing, they turn into werewolves the night before and the night after.
Here
the
too.
full moon.
They set that up. I thought that was very cool. Because we hadn't talked about that since then. I guess we haven't had a werewolf since then, but that was cool that they brought that ruling back up. I like that.
Yeah. Last time we saw a werewolf was in New Moon Rising back in season 4 of Buffy when Oz came back to town after having left for a
Wow.
while. And like Tara is there and he gets captured by the
What's
initiative.
the best one? The one with the girl?
Yeah. Wild at Heart. That one's great.
That one is great. They're just caged up together.
Mm.
And we Spike is like begging Fred, help me, you gotta help me. He keeps calling her pet too, which was like his thing for Buffy. But I noticed he's calling her pet. I don't know what's up with that. But Fred's like, yeah, I'll help you, whatever. And so Angel brings Nina home. And yeah, I was like, I wrote, is she gonna wear long sleeves forever? Because the
Sure.
whole back of her arm is just shredded. It's crazy. But yeah, I loved this. The camera going around Wolfram and Hart. We're like, so what are we gonna have for dinner? What are we eating again tonight?
Right.
Very fun ending. And oh, Angel is like, Nina gave me a look. I think she likes me. And we're gonna go visit her next month. Maybe this is gonna be a thing. Angel and Nina.
We'll see Nina again.
End game. Angel and Nina. Who knew? But
God.
that was fun. That was a good episode. I'd probably put it second so far. I haven't ranked them, but I think I'll do that. I think I'll just set it in second in my ranking this season between the last two episodes. Or
Hmm.
between the last two. So I'll have it 65. Conviction Unleashed, just rewards.
Where do I have like the ring
What season is that?
one?
Would you have that way too low?
Probably.
Oh, one, sorry. 70 between Carpe Noctem and Blood Money.
Now, how many have we done? How many episodes are on the list?
70, 90,
90.
91, 92 after these two.
All right, count me up from the ring.
Okay. The Ring, Carpe Noctem, The House Always Wins, I've Got You Under My Skin. I
All
think the
right,
ring's too
there,
low.
there. I've got you under my skin under that one.
All right, between I've Got You Under My Skin and The House Always Wins, it's your
Yeah.
new 68.
All right.
Who's the MVP? But look,
Oh,
one of my thoughts leaving these two episodes is like Fred's a real main character. Like we're really pushing Fred at this point.
yeah.
Like it's pretty crazy. Anyway,
You okay with that?
hey, I love it. Yeah,
Okay.
she's gonna be Serenity, right?
Serenity?
Isn't she in the movie Serenity?
No.
The Joss Whedon movie?
You think that the actress who plays Fred is in that movie?
Yeah, I literally thought that. What?
No, she's in Cabin in the Woods.
Who's in Serenity?
You might be thinking of Summer Glau.
Oh, oh, Gina Torres.
Gina, well, I told you that Gina Torres was in Firefly. That's how she ended up on Angel because Firefly got canceled.
Yeah, my bad. I thought she was like the sexy lady on the cover of Serenity.
Nope.
Whoops.
We
All right.
saw her on an episode of Angel though. She was that ballerina
Oh
in
hell
Waiting in
yeah,
the Wings.
that's awesome.
Mhm.
Who's the MVP?
Uh, I don't know. Who do you got?
I think it's either Angel or Fred.
Yeah, that's fine. Or Jenny Mullins nipples.
That'd be a good one. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think I'd probably go Angel just because he had more with Jenny Mullen in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
but then I go Fred next episode.
LVP.
Ooh, who here was like actually prominent? Because I don't want to go the doctor guy. I thought he was good.
Yeah, I thought the guest cast was actually good in this one. Nina,
The
the
little
doctor guy,
sister,
the
niece.
oh, just because she's Jewish. Maybe the older sister that you thought was a mom. Let's go with her.
Yeah, look younger.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'd rather go the younger girl, Amanda Ash.
this is her only acting gig ever.
Well, maybe that's a testament to her being the LVP.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, only known for Angel. Sasha Shapiro. Yeah, Jewish last name.